Hello everyone and welcome back. This is my final, at least for now, of shared stories from Heaven by Surprise. Stories from Reverend Robert Morgan Mitchell's book. This is a story of him as a very young pastor. I was 24 when I first sat at the bedside of a man who was dying, and I was scared to death. What did I know about leaving this world? The concept of eternity came crashing in on me, attempting to fill the emptiness and lack of understanding I tried to hide. I had academic theory under my belt, but this was the real thing, and I froze. This gentleman was in his 80s, and he had made his wishes known to die at home. His daughter called me to his bedside to join his large family and be present with them at the final moment. What in heaven's name do? I thought. There was no way I could have prepared for this. I knew the day would come, and this was it. This gentleman and I had struck up a good relationship through long talks over afternoon tea and biscuits, as he called them. He was a good storyteller, and I was a good listener, and he appreciated that. We shared our ideas about important things, so I felt I really knew this wise old grandfatherly man. I felt close to him. So when I was called to his deathbed, I wasn't sure it would be easier or more difficult to minister to him, knowing him as well as I did. His daughter greeted me at the door and ushered me to his side. If this was the end, I thought, there was no way for me to escape it, as she placed a comfortable chair behind me, implying that I would be there for the duration. I had learned somewhere that the sense of touch is probably the thing that you can count on when all other senses fail. I made the sign of the cross on the man's forehead with my finger. He opened his eyes. There was a corporate gasp in the room. Everyone leaned forward. The old man reached for my hand. His grip was tighter than I expected. We held hands for what seemed like an interminable length of time. Every so often I prayed some words. I don't remember what. Each time he responded, squeezing my hand, moving his eyes, forcing a smile. Was I giving this man comfort, I asked myself? Was he better off by my presence, or would it behoove me to leave? What effect could I have on this man's entrance into eternity? Was God here? Was God in heaven? I wanted to release his hand, but it was his that was clutching mine. Was I being forced to be a good minister, or did he really need me at all? I didn't understand any of it. At what must have been his appointed time, he inhaled a deep breath, held it, and then let it out. His hand was still strong in mine, but now he wasn't breathing. I don't know how long we waited, but suddenly he took his last breath in his life. His hand went limp. I felt that at that moment I had experienced a fusion of time with eternity. I had released him, and perhaps my very presence gave him permission to go. I had brought Christ to him in these last moments on earth as he went to be with Christ everlasting. It was as if I felt life leaving his body, but with an assurance of a new existence welcoming him somewhere, somehow, sometime, something. I couldn't explain what was happening, but I was no longer scared. This gentleman was the minister, and I was the disciple. He was my teacher right up to the moment he entered his forever life. He was at peace, and so was I. And ever since, I've always felt his life presence in moments of death. Always. You know, I've had the opportunity to be with several people as they have crossed over from this life into eternity with Christ. And I have to say that it's been some of the most moving and touching moments in my life, not only as a minister, but as a person. because there's something magical that happens when all of a sudden there's a peace that is beyond all human understanding. And I know in my heart and in my soul that it is Jesus welcoming all of these who have gone on with love and open arms. Maybe someday each of us will have the opportunity to be with someone as they take their last breath. And you will understand as well the gift of being with that person as they cross over. Thank you, Reverend Robert M. Mitchell, and thanks to all of you for tuning in. God bless you all, and have a beautiful rest of your day.